Traffic calming projects. In thinking specifically about the Kings Highway ARPA funding project and other larger projects, speak to how are these projects chosen, who makes the decision, what factors impact the decision. I'll share that it's just, for instance, since we're talking about specifically the Kings Highway ARPA project, that was part of legislation that was done by former Alderman Bosley. Again, I want to make sure that I manage all of our expectations, starting with me, right? Because I came in thinking, gun ho, I'm going to get everything done. You know, we want stuff done now, right, for our constituents and for our neighborhoods. But just to put it in perspective, that was a bill that was legislated and passed by former Alderman Bosley, who has been gone now from the legislature for 3 years, I think. 3 going on 4 years, if not more, but it was legislated prior to him leaving. So that gives you some idea of the process and how long it has taken and how long it can take, rather, for projects, especially larger projects like that, to be funded and implemented. That project, those streets were chosen. One was, I can tell you, when I first came down to the board, Goodfellow, which is in that bill, which was in that legislation as well, had already been kind of worked on with the alders that were in place at the time when I first came down, which was myself, former Alderman Boyd, and I don't want to get you mixed up, former Alderman Jeffrey Boyd, but also Alderwoman Pam Boyd. And we were all putting money in the pot to repave Goodfellow. And then this ARPA funding and this project and this source became available, and so that was added to it. And so these projects have been done that way. How they're chosen comes from not only the streets department, the engineers, but the administration as well. Says, hey, we have these streets that need to be these long thoroughfares that reach across the city that need to be addressed. And when we have these funding opportunities that come in place, these are the high priority ones. And so Kings Highway, then the implementation and the engineering that comes from the street department and the traffic calming, the committees that were in place, not just the streets committee down here at the board, but also the committees that were in place in the community. I can tell you I had attended at least 2 meetings at WOA with different markups of what this could look like, and where they took ideas and everyone had their sticky notes, and we talked about what it was going to look like down to the final draft of what it was going to look like, that then gets presented and then works again through the street departments and engineering and BPS, our Board of Public Service, and then it works through them as far as the installation and the implementation.